Okay, job number one is get this cam carrier off. Quite an easy job on a 2.6. You've got a row of bolts and then another row of bolts on the outside there. Got to take the tension off the cam belt, which is just there, and then we'll pretty much be off. Not a lot of information out there on 2.6s or 6 cylinders. Everyone seems to be obsessed with V8 SD1s, so I'm going to do what I can to post as much information as I can about working on a 6 cylinder. So off we go. Unfortunately my GoPro's not charged, so the next time you'll see me it'll be when I've got all these bolts out, and I'll have to do it step by step rather than a continuous video. But I am going to start doing some where you can actually see me working for a change, but that'll be in the future. So I'll catch up with you in a few minutes. So as you can see, that's the cam belt off. It's just two 13mm bolts. One of them locks it in place, and one of them, as you can see, has got an adjuster on it. So as you can see, you got all the tension on the belt. This tensioner doesn't look very good, but they're no longer available, so we'll try and keep it. There isn't actually a lot of noise coming from it. There's not a lot of play in it, so I think we'll be good. The next thing I'm going to have to do, I've cracked all these. The best thing to do with these is work in a spiral pattern, working your way out, so you don't bring it up too unevenly. You know, if you worked all your way from one end, you'd start taking the tension off this end, but this end would still be under a lot of tension. So you try and spiral. You know, you don't just do one end all in one go, basically. I'm going to have to take the distributor out. Now, you always want to try and line it back up. So what I'm going to do is scribe a little line with the screwdriver on the distributor. You won't be able to see, I can't do it one-handed, but you basically scribe a little line on the distributor, about there, on the cam carrier. That way when you put it back together, line those two marks up against each other, and you know you've put the distributor back where you took it. Now, I'm going to double check the timing on this car anyway, because I don't know when it's been done. But it's always best to do that as a matter of course anyway. So, right, we'll carry on. So as the distributor's now out, there was a little bracket at the back that held a vac line up to the carbs. That was just 12mm, 13mm for the distributor clamp bolt, a couple of 13mm on the tensioner, and the bolts were 17mm for all these. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 mils. Cool. So that is now off. It's free, as you can probably see. So we'll lift that out and have a look what we've got to work with. Right, so that's the cam carrier off. When you take the cam carrier off of an SD1 2.3 or 2.6, you need to be really careful of these shims. Now, these are very easily can get stuck with the friction of the oil to the inside of the cam buckets, and if they do, obviously they might fall out, which, as long as they fall onto the floor, isn't the end of the world, but you don't want it happening for two reasons. One is that you want them to go back in the same place they came out, because otherwise you'll get quite a rattly engine. And two, they have got the possibility of falling down into a bit of the engine you don't want them falling down into, and then it'll be head off and so on and so forth. Now, I think the head's going to end up coming off this. As you can see, oil and water have been mixing, so I'm pretty sure it's got head gasket issues. And also, if you look down in amongst the, don't really know if you're going to be able to see it, see all this water staining? That is coming out of gaps in the cylinder head. Well, between the cylinder head mating surface and the head itself. So I think we've got head gasket problems. Whether the head wants skimming and so on, I don't know, but either way we look at it, the head's going to have to come off. So it's not a job for today, although it's not actually that big a job now. The inlet manifold will have to come off, a few water hoses, exhaust manifold, and then we're pretty much there, to be honest. It's not a bad job at all. So we'll do that, and then we'll have a look what the head's like. The cam carrier is over here, and when I first took it off I thought, well, cam moves fine, you know, it's not seized. But if I rotate this end of the cam and keep rotating it, this end's not rotating. And if you look just there, I think you can probably see the problem. One snapped camshaft. That's crazy. So that'll do it. So I'm guessing that one of these journals will have seized up. And oh no, how mad is that? So that one, this end of the camshaft does turn. It turns quite freely, to be honest. Well, yeah, the cam is completely snapped. That's absolutely crazy. So we're going to need a new cam, definitely. No getting around that. But I do need to set the head off and find out what's going on. That's pretty much it for today. Over the next few evenings, I'll get the inlet manifold off and the exhaust manifold, and we'll pop the head, see what's going on, get that sent away for skimming. Like I said, I'd like to get this running just to see where we're at. So the engine's going to be the focus of the work for a while. The car was leaking water quite badly, I noticed last night, so for now we've had to tape the sunroof up. So it's got a layer of quite thick, like Gorilla tape, where it's clear. It's not ideal, but if it saves the interior, I'm alright with it. So yeah, we'll go from there. That's it for today. I'll post this video up, even though it's going to be a short one. Like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.